Grand rising, beloveds. We meet again. Happy soulful Sunday. My name is Sheena with the Way of Namaste, and I'm so grateful to be in this prayerful space with you all. Today is October 26th, 2025. So we're going to give it a few minutes, just allowing our friends to arrive. And as we create our sacred space, invitation to create sanctuary in whichever way feels good for you. I've got my candle lit here. I've just done some energetic cleansing through saging, got our candles in the background here, bringing in the ancestors, the landcestors, the plancestors. Got 100, I'm 100% that witch water. Always a great idea to have a beverage with us whenever we are praying and creating sacred space so that we can literally digest these prayers cellularly into our bodies. So that's our invitation now. If you want to grab something to drink, something to sip on, even something to munch on, this is a great way to also digest and integrate these prayers. So, as we are just giving it a few minutes, our prayer circle will start at 11:11, as always. So, just invitation to just become more mindful of your breath, noticing how you are arriving today, noticing the quality of your breath as it moves in and out of your chest. Today, we are going to be attuning to the energies of Samhain, this beautiful space of Hallows Eve, Halloween, this space just before Dia de los Muertos, where we are calling in our ancestors and feeling them, as this is the time of the year where the veil is the thinnest between our worlds. So we may have already been feeling our ancestors coming through just to support us, encourage us, recognizing it's not just the baggage and the karma that we get from our ancestors. It's their legacies that we get to continue to allow to live through us. It's their memories, it's their strength, their perseverance, their endurance. So today we honor our family lines, frontwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, 7 times 7 times 7 generations back, and 7 times 7 times 7 generations forward. So I always like to acknowledge our ancestors by lighting a candle and just being able to feel that flame of immortality that comes through the fire spirits. I know whenever I'm in a prayerful space, the fire spirits will definitely begin talking and dancing and sharing with us and casting shadows and bright lights. And it's truly a very living energy that we have access to, just like our water, our tea, our cacao. So I'm going to go ahead and while we give it a few minutes and everybody is creating their sacred space, getting their water, their tea, their cacao, Holly wanted to come through an oracle today. So I'm going to be pulling from Alana Fairchild's Kali oracle. Perfect for Samhain as we appreciate and honor the full life cycle. You know, life cycle is not just the rebirth and the growth, it's also the death and the decay. And so may we honor this as we are in the Northern Hemisphere coming into the dark time of the year and honoring the decay that we get to see in the foliage around us. Not as much here in Florida, but honoring the trees as it's beginning to shed its leaves and just create that sanctuary, that fertile soil for the new life to grow in the spring. This week, we're also in Gene Key 28, the shadow of purposelessness, the gift of totality, and the city or the divine essence of immortality. Recognizing that The spirit, our essence, lives on. We were here before we were in these little flesh suits, and we will be pure consciousness once these bodies decay and dematerialize from form. That is our immortal nature. So let's see which card wants to come through for us. Speak through me, speak to me. Show me how, show me now. What do we need to know now? This is a message for the collective. So let's see what wants to come through. Number five, the key code for change, sometimes disruption, which we may have felt with Neptune retrograding in Pisces earlier this week, which will be here through the duration of the year. Guna Tantrika. Let's see. These three coins here that remind me of the I Ching. Let's see what it says. I don't know that I've gotten this card before. The Divine Mother manifests a cure for when we feel overwhelmed or confused, or when we feel we're falling apart or locked in stagnation. She is the superior medicine. Even when we may not be sure what is needed to bring ourselves back into balance, she holds the answers. Tune into your heart, and there you will find her sacred prescription. Trust your inner guiding sense of what to do or not to do next. Trust that a better order is being established. Let's see. She is our medicine mother. She generates and regulates the three inherent qualities within all phenomena, including our body, our mind, and our soul. These three qualities are known as the three gunas: sattvas, rajas, and tamas. As sattva, Kali is the peaceful detachment and contentment in the moment. She is the first of the rajas, the energy for taking action and hustling for our sacred manifestation. When our actions rest upon a pure-hearted foundation, our activities can become enlightened, bringing spiritual benefit to all beings, even if we don't always recognize the positive and far-reaching impact of our actions at the time. When we need to slow down to heal, ground ourselves, and regroup, Kali is tamas, the heaviness that allows energy to settle. This is the temporary inertia that stills momentum and allows for deep restoration and renewal. The freedom to take rest helps us stay the course for however long is needed to manifest our destiny without becoming desperate, despairing, or exhausted. In such rest, we reset, accessing the courage to drop our attachment to external support systems and even our own plans. We then become increasingly able to allow, rather than trying to direct and control the manifestation of her divine plan through us. As we call upon her, Kali strengthens these qualities within. Listen to your heart for her guidance. Do you need to be peaceful, to take action, to let go and regroup? Your inner wisdom is her voice guiding you. Excess tamas keeps us enslaved in a negative holding pattern. Then the guna, or the energy that can help, actually hinders. We need Kali, the tantric priestess of the gunas, to intervene for our cure. Tamas can manifest as depression and procrastination, the inability to rise and take steps forward, or as action taken without thought of how it may affect others. We are reading from the Kali deck here. We just pulled a little card. So, invitation here with Kali is to overcome that excessive tamasic energy. Kali can stimulate us with divine fire, creating rajas, a powerful urge to take action. She may evoke agitation within or around us that compels us to act. She is not asking us to become reactive, but to have the confidence and courage to engage with what is happening from a place of inner wisdom. Rajas provides us with the gift of accomplishment and a healthy exertion to discharge any anxiety and stress and promote feelings of restfulness and a lightness of spirit. This is the peace of satisfaction and rest after achievement. the third and final guna of sattva. Without Kali's wisdom and correction, rajas can easily shift into overactivity that doesn't accomplish much and leaves us feeling drained rather than satisfied. I think that's perfect for right now, is the feeling of digestion and integration and coming into rest after productivity, and just honoring that rest is as important as the action and the productivity. So we love that for this time of year. So it's 11:11. Let's go ahead and drop into our moment of silence, of stillness, and then we'll come into prayer. So just aligning our hearts, feeling the energy of 11:11. Beautiful. You may like to keep your eyes softened or gently closed as we align and attune together. Invitation here to take the deepest breath that we've taken all day long. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And feeling something soften on the exhale. Just beginning to feel yourself arriving here at this time of the veil being the thinnest that it will be all year. And here we may begin to sense, perceive, imagine, feel our ancestors. And on this next breath, let's go ahead and bring our attention into our heart chakra, feeling that emerald ray from our heart. And once you feel that connection, sending it around our circle here to all beings here in the now and those that will watch the replay, building this web of unconditional love around our temple space, beginning and ending with you. And on this next breath, bringing in that connection to the ajna. Here, this is the indigo ray between the brows, in the space where we activate in our awakening, our inner vision. Here we see one another clearly, soul to soul. So let's go ahead and tune into that space of inner vision. And once you connect to your ajna, let's go ahead and braid these rays of light together, that emerald chakra with that indigo ray around our circle, beginning and ending with you. And just weaving together this field of not only unconditional love, but also living infused wisdom. And on our next breath, let's go ahead and connect even higher to that soul light, this golden ray above our crown chakra. You may see, sense, or perceive this as your halo, and beginning to feel these threads of light weaving together beyond the veil, this emerald flame, this indigo flame, and this white or golden ray here. And just feeling now these connections of body, mind, and spirit, as within, so without, growing this web, unconditional love, living, infused wisdom in the beautiful space of our intuition, feeling our higher self now, connecting with us, through us, as us. And now we travel. Multidimensionally, we travel both to our source self and our center self. And here we may like to say to ourselves, I am safe to go home. I am safe to return to the now. I am safe to go home. I am safe to return to the now. I am safe to go home. And I am safe to return to the now. And maybe here you see, sense, imagine, or perceive yourself looking upon your human self here. Just allowing yourself to acknowledge this divine being, the one that's gone through every heartbreak, every life experience, everything that's brought you here into this now moment. Just taking a moment to love that human for everything that it's endured. Today we have the moon in Capricorn, the greatest of all time, the persevering one that's brought us to this now moment. And as we feel ourselves connecting back into the now moment, we call forward our intentions for our time together. We honor the original stewards of our lands, both known and unknown. And we honor the power of this technology that's brought us together. And here we align with the highest and greatest good for ourselves, for each other, for our ancestors, 7 times 7 times 7 generations back, and 7 times 7 times 7 generations forward. And we align with the highest and greatest choice as sovereign beings, allowing us all the freedom to experience life in the ways we choose. We honor this choice, frontwards and backwards. And we root this prayer in wholeness and in sovereignty. And I'd like to invite us into a guided meditation now. So keeping our eyes softened or gently closed. If it feels in alignment, I invite you to place your hand over your heart and just begin to breathe into that space until you feel this quiet glow beginning to form right in the center of your chest. Recognizing this is your altar of your own divine self. This is the flame that will never go out, even when our lives change form. And from this space, I invite you now to imagine yourself standing before a great fire. This is the fire of Samhain, the fire of remembrance and renewal. And one by one, your old fears, your self-doubts, any of those stories of not enoughness, they begin to rise to the surface. And I invite you to offer them now to the flame and watch as they are all transmuted back into the light. And here in the space of our imagination, as the smoke begins to clear, notice a figure that steps forward from the embers. This is your higher self, the one who is radiant, stoic, and calm. Look into their eyes and just begin to feel their love, the love that has never left you. And I invite you to ask them now to show you a dream that you're ready to remember, a calling, a creative spark, a sacred path that's ready to move through you at this time. Let's just take a moment now to listen. You might have an image that appears, or maybe it's a word or a symbol or even a sensation in the body. But just trusting here what arrives, becomes illuminated. And in this space, I invite you to ask yourself inwardly, what action can I take this week to honor that dream that lives within me? And just allowing the answer to be simple without needing to overcomplicate it. Just acknowledging one step, one action, one prayer in motion. And here in this space of your vivid imagination, I invite you now to feel, sense, imagine, or perceive your ancestors as they now begin to place their hands over your shoulders, inviting in your mother's line on the left-hand side and your father's on the right-hand side. Really sense their hands resting upon your shoulders. And now begin to feel your grandparents placing their hands. Next, feel your great grandparents as they now place their hands on your shoulders. And their parents. And their grandparents. Really begin to feel now 7 generations of hands that rest now upon your shoulders. All the family known and unknown. From your mother's side on the left and your father's side on the right. And let's just pause for a beat as we welcome all of these hands and begin to feel now as they transfer this current of strength and clarity into your being. Hear them as they whisper to you. You are the purpose you seek. We invite you to live as if eternity is already here. And taking a moment to thank them for their encouragement, for their love, and their support. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Maybe bowing to them in gratitude for being here. Their immortality coming through their essence of love in this moment. As maybe you start to feel rooted and even inspired, alive with purpose from the love that they've transferred into you. Keeping our eyes gently closed, allowing your hands to come and rest softly where they land, or perhaps coming to Anjali Mudra or prayer position at the heart as we pray together. Oh, great spirit, keeper of the eternal flame. On this week of Samhain, while our veils grow thin, we remember that death is not the end, but a doorway. May we find peace in the mystery and courage in the dark. Where purposelessness once lived, allow us to feel our gift of totality arising. The willingness to be so fully present in the sacred human life. And from that presence, allowing the divine essence of immortality to unfold, revealing that we are eternal beings, dreaming ourselves awake. May we bless our ancestors, our descendants. Now, within this imagined space, I invite you to see, sense, or perceive that these hands now begin to morph now as you sense your children's hands upon your shoulders, your children's children, your children's children's children, your children's children's grandchildren. 7 lineages of future ancestors now resting their hands gently upon your shoulders. These may be our future ancestors' bloodlines and soul family. And just beginning to sense the dreams that are still waiting to be birthed through us. May we allow every breath to be a prayer of remembrance, honoring not only our ancestors who have passed, but also those who are yet to come. May we choose to live in our most divine expression for all of them, creating more beauty on this planet than when we found it, and choosing to leave a legacy behind through our stories, through our creative projects, through the fullest expression of our being. Remembering that we are light, we are eternal, and honoring this light that moves through us. Let's now take a final breath together here. So it is, and so it ever shall be. Recognizing we carry this flame of the eternal. We honor our ancestors born and those who will be born. And honoring that we get to live here, walking between worlds. So as we prepare to close our space, let's bring some of this flame in between our hands, rubbing them together, creating this energy now that we've cultivated. And on the count of 3, we're going to blast this energy out into the space. 1, 2, 3. Giving this energy out, feeling this energy coming in from the left, And receiving this energy coming in from the right. And now let's go ahead and bring this energy back into ourselves, receiving it back in through this cosmic hug from our ancestors, our land spirits, our herbal allies, all those beings known and unknown who are here, who are supporting us, who are encouraging us, who are guiding us to live the dream. This gift this week is about totality, and it's about not dying with a dream in our pocket, but living it every single day through our intentions, through the way that we walk gently upon this earth, and recognizing the impact that we have forevermore. So, as always, thank you for being here. Sending you so much love. May you feel this guidance of your ancestors, known and unknown. And maybe being able to offer that this week through sacred play, dressing up and eating sweets and honoring all those who have come before us that have given us the gift to be here now. Sending you so much love. Namaste. We'll see you next week. Love you.